Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at representing multiplication and division. This is 3.5b Readiness Practice, the Proficient version. If you are interested in looking at the intermediate or advanced versions for 3.5b, or for exploring the resources for any other standard, you can find them by using the link in the video description. So our first problem asks us about a school cafeteria. And we have 6 tables. Each table can seat 8 students, but only 5 tables are full. So we need an array and a strip diagram to show how many students are eating in this cafeteria. I'm going to start with an array. And really, I don't need this 6 tables. I don't need that information. What I need is how many tables actually have students, and there are 5 tables. So each table is going to seat 8 students, and I need to represent that in an array. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to make my rows my table. Then my columns are how many students are sitting at each table. So you see I've got 8 squares or rectangles in that row, which means I've got 8 kids sitting at that table. So I can label that table 1, table 2, and I'll make this table 3. So I will have 8, 16, 24 so far. And then this could be another set of 8. So 8, 16, 24, 32. And then I will have my 5th row, which represents my 5th table. And here is my array. And I've got 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So this shows me that I've got 40 students, right, sitting at these tables. So I don't need that 6th table because there's no one sitting at that table. So I can say 5 groups of 8 equal 40. I also need to show this in a strip diagram. So that's a lot simpler. So we can just show it like a log rectangle like this. Let's break it up into 5 pieces. And we'll say there are 8 in each table. So the strip diagram probably looks closer to what the cafeteria might look like if they lined up all those tables together. But either way, we're still going to have this 40 as our total. Now, your models might be different than mine, so I'll put this at the bottom. Models may vary, but we should have some version of an array and a strip diagram. For our next problem, we've got Mrs. Johnson. She's got 6 bags of apples. Each bag has 8 apples. And she's going to divide them equally. So we need an equation and an array to show how many apples each student receives. Let's start with that equation. So if I've got 6 bags of apples, each bag has 8 apples. So this each lets me know I'm dealing with equal groups. And when I see equal groups, that makes me think multiplication or division. In this case, I've got 6 bags of 8, so 6 times 8, right? 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, so I can do 8 repeated addition 6 times. But then we need to divide equally among 12 students. So I would take that 6 times 8, and let's see, that is going to be 48. So 48 divided by 12 is going to get me 4. So that would be my equation. Now, how can I draw an array? Well, I could do what I did on the last problem. So let's make each bag a row, and then each column an apple in the bag. So let's make sure I've got 8. Okay, so I'm going to draw 6 rows of 8. And so right now I've got 8, I've got 16. Now I'm going to have 24. So this is going to be like the previous problem, except my previous problem stopped at 5 rows of 8. And then I didn't really do anything with it after that. I just took my 5 rows of 8, and that was 40. Now I need 6 rows of 8, but I've got to divide it. So what I need is I need to put this into 12 groups. So what I need to do is I need to take my 48 and divide that equally. among 12 students. So I want to show that with a different color. And since there are 6 rows or 6 bags, I can take each bag and split it in half. Half goes to one student, half goes to the other. That would give me 12. So I could show it like this. I can show that first bag gets split in half, 4 students each. The second row gets split in half, or 4 apples each. So now I've split the 3 bags between 6 students. Now 4 bags among 8 students, 5 bags among 10 students, and now I've got my 6 bags among 12 students, and each student gets 4. There's 4 in each group, so that 6 times 8 divided by 12 is going to equal 4. So our last problem is talking about some crayons here. We've got 9 boxes of crayons. Each box contains 4 crayons, and then 2 teachers share the crayons equally among the students, and each teacher has 3 students. So we need to draw a strip diagram and write an equation. Let's start with that strip diagram. 9 boxes of crayons. All right, so I'm just going to draw 9 boxes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each box has got 4 crayons. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. So 2 teachers share the crayons equally among their students, and each teacher has 3 students. So really, there are 6 students. There's 2 teachers, 3 students each. 3 and 3 make 6. So I need to take what I have here. So I've got 9 sets of 4, that's 36. And I need to divide it into 6 equal groups. So I can also start thinking about my equation that I'm going to need to write. 9 times 4 makes 36, divided by 6. So how can I show that with a strip diagram? So 36 divided by 6, that's going to get me 6 equal groups of 6. So how can I represent that with a strip diagram? Well, let's take a look at it. What I have here is I've got sets of 4, right? 9 sets of 4. So half of 4 gets me 2. So 4 and 2 make 6. I can take a full set of 4 and then a half of the next one. That's going to give me 6. I do the same thing right here. Full set of 4 and half of 1. That's going to give me 6. Full set of 4 and half of 1 gets me 6. You notice how I've taken basically 3 groups of 4, 4, 8, 12, and broken them into 2 halves, 6 and 6. And we can finish it off right here. It's going to give me 6. And that's going to get me 6. So I've got 6 equal groups of 6, and that's how they split the crayons among their 6 students. So your model might be different than mine. There are a few different ways that we can represent this with a strip diagram. This is just one. If you are interested in looking at the readiness practice for 3.5B at the intermediate or the advanced level, or if you are searching for readiness practice resources for any other standard, you can find them by using the link in the video description.